From Storm Tracker 6, this is Forecast First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
It was a very breezy day across mid-Michigan with winds gusting as high as 39 miles per hour in Jackson. 36 are peak wind speed thus far in the city of Lansing. Those winds did help to move in a warmer air mass into the area, with temperatures this evening still sitting in the mid to upper 40s. We're at 48 over in Charlotte and Jackson, 45 our current temperature in St. John's. We will cool things down overnight tonight as the chance for rain moves in, but don't worry, we have much more spring-like temperatures in the forecast throughout the rest of the week. 6 News at 5:30 starts right now.
WLNS is here for you with 6 News at 5:30.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Siobhan Klepper. Let's start the clock on our first 6 minutes of news, and we begin tonight in West Michigan, where a woman was arraigned in court today on charges of stabbing her 17-year-old son to death. Katie Austin Lee is accused of killing Austin Picard in their Holland apartment on Friday. Court records show Lee told police her son told her he wanted to die before he turned 18. His birthday was Saturday. Prosecutors say she and her son tried to overdose on medication, and police say she stabbed him after he passed out. Lee then called police, who arrested her. In Newaygo County, a former Big Rapids police officer pleaded no contest to a charge of sexually abusing a child. After Ryan Dornbos pleaded to that charge of first-degree criminal sexual conduct, 2 other charges related to that crime and a charge of aggravated stalking were dismissed. The hearing was held on February 11th. His sentencing is scheduled for March 18th. In Macomb County, Detroit police officer Corey Jones is now being charged with running a red light, causing the death of a motorcyclist who hit his vehicle. This happened in Roseville last August. Charges were issued on February 12th, and Jones was arraigned on Friday. Now, prosecutors say Jones ran the red light when Evan Newman was driving his motorcycle through a green light and then hit Jones's vehicle. A probable cause hearing is scheduled for March 5th. Michigan's collective commercial and tribal gaming business is reporting more than $331 million in revenue for the month of January. These totals are from internet gambling and sports betting. It's an increase of about 25% over December. That revenue resulted in a combined $47 million in taxes paid to the state. Some national news now. The Trump administration and his billionaire financial backer Elon Musk have fired about 1,000 National Park Service employees who were recently hired. The goal is to cut wasteful spending. Several of those who lost their jobs worked at Yosemite National Park in California.
Your picture long term, what does this mean for the state of national parks? What does this mean for wildlife conservation? It's really scary. It's a really uncertain time for those of us who care about conservation and public lands, so I am definitely worried for the future.
The administration now plans to restore at least 50 jobs across the parks. The Park Service also said in a new memo it will hire more seasonal workers than normal. The Park Service has about 20,000 employees. Newly proposed legislation in California is hoping to crack down on young kids shopping for anti-aging products. The bill covers items with ingredients like retinol, vitamin C, and glycolic acid, and would make it illegal for companies to sell over-the-counter products to shoppers under 18. The California lawmaker behind the legislation says he was inspired to act after videos went viral on TikTok last year of young children using anti-aging products.
These young teenagers are seeing these products on TikTok and everywhere else, and they're using them all, and then they come into our office with skin irritation and redness and burning. So I think it's important to educate these children that while these ingredients are good, and they might even be recommended for teens with acne or hyperpigmentation, but as a general rule, they're better off sticking with the basics.
And Dr. Hale says those basics include keeping skin clean, applying sunscreen, and moisturizer. In Texas and New Mexico, measles cases continue to increase. In rural West Texas, there are 90 cases across 7 counties as of Friday, and 16 people are hospitalized. In eastern New Mexico, the measles case count is up to 7. Health workers are hosting regular vaccination clinics and screening efforts in Texas, as well as working with schools to educate people about the importance of vaccination and offering shots. In Rome, Pope Francis is still in critical condition tonight, although he is showing slight signs of improvement, according to the Vatican. The 88-year-old pontiff has pneumonia in both lungs, and he's also experiencing slight kidney failure. The Vatican says the Pope is in good spirits, received the Eucharist this morning, and was working from the hospital by the afternoon. In Paris, the Eiffel Tower was lit up in the blue and yellow of Ukraine today, marking the third year of the Russian invasion. European and Canadian leaders traveled to Kyiv to recognize the anniversary and met with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. This comes as French President Emmanuel Macron visited the White House today, and President Donald Trump continues plans to negotiate with Russia to end the war without Ukrainian involvement. Ukraine was also getting support today in Detroit. Hundreds gathered downtown to demand an end to the war and to criticize President Trump for saying President Zelensky started the war and not Russia.
That it's Ukraine that started the war, blaming Ukraine instead of actually making a clear point that it's complete responsibility of Russia and Putin.
Some Russian Americans attended the rally today, saying they're not alone and that many people like them are supporting Ukraine against their home country.
Killing me softly with this song, killing me softly with this song, telling my whole life.
Grammy-winning singer Roberta Flack died today at the age of 88. In the 1970s, she scored #1 hits with The First Time Ever I Saw Your Face and Killing Me Softly with his song. Later in her career, she performed Killing Me Softly with his song with the band The Fugees. In 2006, she established the Roberta Flack School of Music in New York to provide music education for children. And climbing down from our first 6 minutes of news, fans of The Simpsons need to move fast to catch a glimpse of a replica of Bart Simpson's treehouse because it has to come down. Rick Pelosi, a former Simpsons producer, built it 24 years ago and based it off of a version from a Treehouse of Horror episode. He had let neighborhood families play in the treehouse, but since a neighbor complained, the city now says it is unsafe and has to be dismantled. I wish they could just fix it up a little bit instead of tearing the whole thing down, but you know, I get it.
I'm sure the kids in the neighborhood absolutely loved it.
Yeah. Have you seen The Simpsons, Kendall? You didn't grow up.
Yes, I have.
Okay, just checking.
Siobhan.
I kind of grew up on The Simpsons, that's why I ask.
Yeah, and I know I haven't seen a lot of the TV shows or movies we discuss here, so a valid question there.
Yeah.
Siobhan, I heard a lot of people were able to go outside this weekend and enjoy the snow, and hopefully you did so because it's already starting to melt outside.
Yeah, I took the kids sledding. I know you saw
yes,
that.
I did.
I know, but warmer weather's coming.
Yeah, and it's sticking around for the rest of the week.
All right, your full forecast right after the break with Kendall.